I know that domestic violence is inexcusable, inappropriate, and should always be condemned and never condoned. I would be mortified if a man ever hit a woman, and I'm saddened and shocked that so many women in our country don't have a choice because they're not financially empowered and they have to take it. Even among certain circles, you have spaces where people just take it because they don't know how to get out and they don't know what lies ahead, and they just choose that kind of life and suffer domestic violence. I think it's inexcusable. Alia, if a man ever hit you, how would you respond?
End of his life. There would be no tomorrow.
So what, you'd hit him back? Would you report him to the police? How would you
all of the above. Well, if at the moment he was hitting me, I wouldn't hit him back because I'd be worried about what he'd do after that. So I'd be smart about it. I'd probably get out of the situation, then get him in trouble by the law.
I have to confess something. I have to confess that, nobody's ever hit me. But, nobody's dead.
End of their life.
Yeah, end of their life. But the fact is, I've been driven to a point of rage twice in 2 different relationships where I have turned around and slapped the guy across his face. But see, that's so wrong, because violence is violence, and you can't say it's okay for a guy to, it's okay for a woman to slap a man, it's not okay for a man to slap a woman. It should be about equals, right? So both these things should be wrong, and I feel terrible because here I am telling people that violence is unacceptable, and at the same time I have been driven to the point where I found it uncontrollable, and something happened was so horrible that I couldn't resist or control myself from actually slapping the person's face really tight. I feel terrible about it, but I'm just wondering that men are human too sometimes. So
sometimes
men are human too. So sometimes would they?
Relationships you slap?
How?
Slap 3 relationships, not 2.
Yeah, 3 relationships. 3 times in 3 different relationships, I've slapped a man, and I'm telling you, it is inexcusable, and it's not something I'm proud of at all. It's
I'm
wrong.
not ashamed about it.
You hit people?
I just said I haven't. You don't listen to me when I talk.
No, you hit people?
Yeah, I wouldn't hit a girl.
Why did you hit a boy? What did he do to you?
I got irritated.
What did he do to you that provoked violence?
Nothing. I got irritated.
What, randomly you got irritated and slapped someone?
Shut up! And I slapped him.
This sucks. There's that saying. It says,
when I started laughing, the person started laughing at me.
You can't get randomly irritated and everything. So a guy gets randomly irritated with a girl and hits a girl, that's okay?
No. Never.
This is double standards.
See, men are more dominant in so many ways that sometimes to match that level, I don't know. It's like sometimes they're so dominant in every way. It's like even when you're just arguing sometimes. It's like if Papa was shouting at me and if you were shouting at me, I would be more afraid of Papa shouting at me than you shouting at me. There's always that sense, even if it's not always the case, a lot of the time, men are just generally more dominating than women. And so
men wouldn't say that. Men would say women are far more dominating.
That's because we slap them.
No, because they shout and they scream and they yell and they nag and they go on and they go on. So men are like, oh my god, my wife is so dominating.
But you won't even slap a man if it reaches the point where you feel like you need to show that power. You won't just... if it's proper biting. Mine was more like I wasn't that pissed as I was just generally irritated. It was more of a funny situation than anything. But in your case, it drove you to the point where you felt like you had no option but to slap them.
It was very funny. I got this joke on my mobile. It said that Valentine's is actually a Punjabi tradition. It stems from Velan, which is like the Velan, okay? And the wife used to get really pissed off and she used to take it and she used to beat the husband. So every time it was Velan time, okay, she would go and hit him. So he would try to appease her with sweets and chocolates and flowers and this and that. And that's what the root of the whole Valentine's is coming to the picture. Having said that, personally I feel that it's unfair because if a man whistles at a woman, one second.
I know if a man whistles at a woman,
I want to hear my line, okay? So yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell her. She knows all my lines. She keeps pretending she's heard it elsewhere with all my lines, okay? So I think it's unfair that when a man whistles at a woman, it's called sexual harassment. But if a woman whistles at a man, it's called sexual empowerment, women empowerment. You know, it's kind of really unfair. It's kind of lopsided for the men. I don't think it's fair, Buzzy speaking. I apologize.
Women are taken away from their rights in so many different parts, and if they get extra rights in some part, I don't think it is wrong.
I don't think two wrongs make a right. And at the end of the day, yes, we all do things that we don't think are right and things that are completely wrong, but we apologize for the things that are wrong, and we learn from them, and we, you know, try not to repeat them.
So I don't think
I'm just
what someone thinks it's wrong is once again very subjective. You think hitting a man is wrong and so you will apologize for it. I don't think in certain situations hitting a man is wrong, and I do not apologize for it because I don't believe it's wrong.
I still believe that two wrongs do not make a right. I still believe that wrong is wrong and right is right. I still believe that if you've done something wrong, you should apologize for it. We are human, we make mistakes, and
Who decides what is wrong and what is right?
I think it's very evident that violence is not something that could ever be right in any form. I don't think violence is ever right in any form. Unless it's a mother who's spanking her child for being a naughty child and being a mischievous child and being like this little child who doesn't mean.
Stop!
See, if I'd slapped her, she'd have walked out of here, but because I gave her a kiss, she's still sitting here.
Really not.
So I tried to go slap and see where she goes.